Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. I want to look at the latest acquisition that was made by Ripple. So here you can see that just a little while ago, Ripple was looking for a data scientist. This was someone they were seeking with experience to basically own the analytics pipeline for on-demand liquidity, which is now being referred to as ODL. This is a term you're going to hear a lot about in the Ripple and XRP ecosystem. So it is all about using the digital asset XRP to offer on-demand liquidity, which dramatically lowers cost while enabling real-time payments in emerging markets. Okay, it's interesting to see that this job is no longer available. Why? Well, very possible because of the announcement that came out today that Ripple continues its acquisition streak and expands into Europe with new operations in Iceland. This was an acqui-hire, and what that means is that they not only are acquiring a company, but they are also hiring the team. This is the second time they have done this week. So what will it do? They will launch operations in Iceland. Number two, they will have a new team of engineers. So they are going to create an engineering hub in Iceland. Number three, the role in which Ripple is really moving forward with this ODL is all about growing the on-demand liquidity. So this group called Algrim is registered in Iceland as Algrim Consulting. Let me just show you here. They are registered in the city of Hafnarfjörður, and this is a region that is part of the capital of Reykjavik. Reykjavik is the most populated in terms of municipalities with 128,000 people. Yeah, only 128,000 people. Well, Iceland only has a population totally, according to the 2019 statistics, of 340,000. Wow, just kind of, it's mind-blowing for me since I come from a place in the world that just has millions of people. Now, they have a little bit of a colorful story that occurred back in December 2017. Their data center was broken into and 100 mining rigs were actually stolen, but they got past that and that person was caught. Here is the person that co-founded the company Algrim. His name is Dadi Armansson, and he's been building and trading platforms for 10 years and integrated successfully into 30 markets. So he has experience as a computer scientist, and he also has been leading teams. So Algrim, since June 2010, has been consulting, with the expertise in high volume trading. So this high frequency trading on the FX market, they're able to provide the trading infrastructure for these financial markets. And also, in particularly, listen to this because this is very key, market making in crypto markets for that trading infrastructure. And as of late, they have that team has been doing it for Two Rivers Trading Group. So according to Dadi's LinkedIn, at the time of the acquisition, he showed that he was officially employed as the CTO at Two Rivers Trading Group and has been there for 4 years and 9 months. When we take a look at their financials, the company basically is trading cryptocurrencies for itself and for counterparties. So as of December 2018, the company had a net capital of a little over 8 million. I'll put a link to this if you're curious to see more operations and cash flows. So when we come to looking at how many of the employees can we track down that are part of that Algrim consulting team, there is one more that is showing up within the trading company that's, by the way, located in New York City. They're on Wall Street, 14 Wall Street to be exact. So 8 employees at Two Rivers have LinkedIn pages, and one other right here is actually linked to Algrim, and it's quite interesting as well. This is Christianson, and Christian is a blockchain engineer. He's got his master's in aerospace and system engineering. He's strong in mathematical and statistical fundamentals. Obviously, this was a talent grab. Absolutely. So when you look at what Christian has been doing in the past, he's had a lot of interesting work experience as well. He worked for Safe Cash, which was successful in raising 1.2 million in, wow, back in 2015. Yeah, they at that time were building permission-based blockchain platforms that was licensed by banks. And later, that company, Safe Cash, partnered with what was it here? Clever Coin, and they started unlocking the era of digital cash for mainstream banks. So they've always been working for the mainstream banks. When you look at the new PDF by Ripple in regards to ODL, you will see that it is now basically the technology can offer XRP at any time on demand. That's what it means. It's sitting there. It can be accessed at any time. So what does this need to execute that? Well, it needs liquidity pools. And I have no doubt that the RippleNet customers who want to use XRP to bridge those two currencies together in 3 seconds, according to this PDF, ensuring the payments go quickly and are received in a local currency on the other side of that transaction, are going to use XRP. So I see this acquisition as very significant. One, they got the IP, and I'm talking, when I talk internet, when I talk intellectual property, I'm talking about the intellectual human property. They've got the top brains. And number two, they have brains that have experience in market making and working on these platforms within the crypto ecosystem. So what does that spell? Liquidity. Liquidity spells ODL. It just, gives me goosebumps to see how Ripple is strategically moving to further enhance the use of XRP. So anybody who says that Ripple isn't supporting the digital asset or is ignoring it or doesn't find it valuable, you're just so wrong. It is what differentiates Ripple from the rest of the crowd. And I think this is going to be a very exciting swell. This is going to be a very exciting quarter. This is going to be a very exciting year for everybody who has been following this project. Okay, everybody, we're moving to the embassy in Tokyo. This is the view that the Iceland Embassy has. What a great view. I found a really fun video on YouTube where someone got into the embassy and spoke with the chef who was doing a lot of great cooking. Icelandic people eat a lot of lamb, and there is of course, I always brag, you can find anything in Tokyo. And yes, you can find an Icelandic restaurant serving free-range lamb. It's called Oz. And that's not really so much the purpose of this fluff. What I want to do is, if you come to Japan, there is a source that I want to introduce you to that will allow you to really gauge whether this place is worth eating at. So Michelin star restaurants are all fine and well, but I'm not so sure they always represent an opinion or a review from the mainstream. So there is what is called Tabalog in Japan, and Tabalog is all user generated through people's own experience at restaurants, and they are tough. Let me tell you, Japanese are very critical for their food because the standards are so high. So if you can find a restaurant on Tabalog that has an over 3 score, that is very good because, like I said, it is very difficult to get into the high 3s or even low 4s. And it's just, yeah, that is just the way it is here, which I like because you're not going to ever be disappointed when you use the Tabalog scoring system to make a decision of whether or not to try a restaurant. Okay, everybody, I'll put a link to this in the description below. Do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.